accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia University, we will begin with a word of prayer, which will be offered by Kate Germain, a member of the SVU cheer squad studying business.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. We thank you that someone could come pray with us today. And we ask you that you keep all our prayers safe and that you help us all have a great time. And keep us that we'll all be able to walk this restaurant safe after these things we're doing today and safe things from these restaurants.
Now, if you will all please rise and face the flag for our nation's national anthem. Now for your starting lineups. Starting for the captains. At guard, junior number 1, Isaiah Dozier. At guard, senior number 5,
Good afternoon and welcome to Southern Virginia University men's basketball. Today the Knights host the captains from Christopher Newport in a non-conference battle here in Knight Arena. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Colby Kemp, and joining me for the broadcast today is SVU all-time leading scorer and current Vice President of Brand and Technology, Bryce Pendleton. Bryce, thanks for joining us on the broadcast today.
Thanks, Colby. Great to be here. Great to be with you for a game of Knights basketball.
Bryce, Christopher Newport, they always have a strong team. This year's no different. And the Knights, they're going to have their hands full today here in the barn.
Yes, sir. The CNU has been to the national tournament for 9 straight years. That's the longest streak in NCAA Division III. Always a tough opponent. So, the Knights need to bring it today.
It'll be interesting to see how the Knights battle. Knights coming off 2 victories, or 1 victory recently against Warren Wilson.
I think that the Warren Wilson game was the best game I've seen all year. They had 5 players in double digits. We need to put another offensive game together like that. We want to be competitive today. I think we can do that's a court advantage. I'm excited to see what we can do.
Of course, a big factor for the Knights the last couple of ball games has been the emergence of the sophomore Hiram McConkey. He's averaging 21 points and 10.5 rebounds over those last 2 games against Warren Wilson and Washington and Lee.
Yeah, we're going to need another big game from Hiram. I'm really glad to see his progress. He's gotten a little bit stronger this year coming off of his freshman year, and he's going to be a difference maker today for sure.
So the tip-off will be here in just a moment. We'll run down the starters real quick. For Christopher Newport, Isaiah Dozier, Colin Hines, Toa Hollenbeck, Tyson Henderson, and Ethan Ward will be the 5 starters for Coach John Krikorian. Coach Krikorian is in his 15th season at the helm. And for the Knights, We have Timmy Johnson, DJ Green, Jude Ballstedt, Hiram McConkey, and Austin Mitchell will be starting for Coach Trace Bevel, who is in his 3rd season here at Southern Virginia University. Tip controlled by the captains. McConkey knocks it away and makes the steal. So a good start for the Knights, able to defend that opening tip.
Absolutely. It looks like the captains are coming out with kind of a small ball lineup. The Knights have the size advantage today. Let's see how they can do. First play.
Good luck there from Hiram McConkey, finding Austin Mitchell for the layup.
That's a good way to start. Set the tone early, get some inside buckets. Tough move.
And Colin Hines through the paint and off the glass scores the bucket for CNU. We're tied 2 apiece here in the early going. Knights leading scorer, DJ Green.
CNU looks like they're going to apply man pressure throughout the game. Let's see if the Knights can keep their composure. Oh.
And there's an open 3 by DJ. He gets knocked to the ground after he gets the shot off. Score the bucket, and DJ will go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play.
Big shot. DJ's been awesome so far this year in his senior season.
And DJ knocks down the free throw, so an early 4-point play in the Knights. An early 4-point lead. Dozier.
Oh, great defense.
Ballstedt steals the pass behind the back to Timmy Johnson. And score the bucket. And the referees are going to call for a timeout, as Dozier was on the floor under his basket. So score the basket. This is an official's timeout here, letting Dozier come off the floor.
I don't think Timmy was expecting that Magic Johnson pass from Jude. That was sweet.
Yeah, Jude's not the flashiest of players, but he brought that out. And there's a 3-pointer scored by Toa Hollenbeck, the leading scorer for the captains this season.
Hollenbeck has been coming off the bench for the captains this season. But like you said, he's the leading scorer. They're trying to get some early offense from him.
DJ stuck, finds Ballstedt. Up top, Hiram drives through the paint with the clock winding down. Rebounded by Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck for a long 3. No good. Rebounded by DJ up ahead to Ballstedt. And tough defense there by Tyson Henderson, getting back for CNU.
Thought he got a little bit of arm there, but the refs thought otherwise. Another great finish.
Second bucket for Hines. Nice shot going across the paint with the left hand.
Good rebound.
Zaire Baskerville checked in for the injured Colin Hines, or Dozier rather. His shot long. Hiram McConkey's going to try a 3-pointer, and he'll hit. Hiram McConkey, 3 of his last 4 from deep over the last 3 games now, Bryce.
Who would have guessed? I had no idea he had that kind of range.
Yeah, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he had a nice stroke. He was out there. He knocked 5, 6, 7 in a row several times.
For a 6'9" guy to have that kind of outside threat, he could be dangerous.
Baskerville.
Get stronger and get more experience. offensive rebound there. That's one of the things I was looking for. Captains are out-rebounding their opponents by more than 12 boards a game. The Knights want to be competitive tonight. They're going to have to block out and eliminate any offensive rebounds for the Captains.
And they do have a size advantage, with Austin Mitchell and McConkey in there. Tallest player for CNU starting was 6'7" Ethan Ward. Mitchell goes 6'10", McConkey goes 6'9", so Bryce, probably just a matter of finding a player, putting a body on them when the shots go up.
Absolutely, you kind of have to take that personally. You have to find your guy under any circumstances. Your guy cannot get an offensive board. As you mentioned, Hiram has had a couple of big games, but overall for the season, DJ Green, 5'10", is the Knights' leading rebounder. Good for him, bad for the Knights. We need him to get more boards.
It's great to have a point guard that averages 5 rebounds a game, but you really want a couple of those big guys to average 7, 8 a game, correct?
That's right. And DJ's doing his best Russell Westbrook impression.
Hollenbeck knocks down both free throws. 13-9, Knights lead. Onto the floor for the Knights is Ashton Davis, a 6'9" freshman, and also Mason Hunter onto the floor for the Knights. Brian Weiser has checked in for CNU, as has Brandon Freeman. Weiser working on Hunter. Go up and under, miss a layup. And a rebounding battle down low. Shot clock did not reset, so be a side out, and this ball will stay with the Captains. And that will bring us to the first media timeout here. 15 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Southern Virginia leads CNU by a score of 13-9. We'll be back in just a moment.
Not gonna lie, something special is happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, around campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more.
Here into Knight Arena. Colby Kemp with Bryce Pendleton here. And Bryce, so far, pretty good start for the Knights here this afternoon.
Absolutely. One thing that the Knights are doing really well is taking care of the ball. We need to limit turnovers in this game. We don't want to get into a track meet with CNU. They're very athletic, very quick up and down the court, so I'd like to see that continue.
18 seconds on the shot clock. Ball inbounded. Luka Matic.
There's another offensive rebound for the Captains, but Timmy almost got away. Oh, Timmy got away with a pick there.
Good look by Mason Hunter, finding Timmy streaking to the basket. And the Knights score, and that'll be an unwanted foul there on Timmy, hustling back on defense.
That was a great defensive play by Timmy. Great finish. Finish through contact. That could have been an and one.
Ryan Derdarian also onto the floor for the Captains.
Good defensive stop there by the Knights.
And they're going to get Luke DeVore, who's just checked in, on and moving screen. That'll be his first foul. On the floor for the Knights, we have Hunter, Johnson, Ballstedt, DeVore, and Davis for the captains. We've got Baskerville, Henderson, Hollenbeck, Maddock.
Good help defense there by Luke DeVore. Go reach.
And there's Ethan Ward battling under the hoop. Picked up and scored the basket by Zaire Baskerville.
It was actually a pretty good defensive possession by the Knights. Tough bounce there. Right into the hands of the captains.
Ballstedt through the paint. And he's going to pick up a foul. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul reported to be on Tyson Henderson for the captains. Jude's first shot a little short. DJ Green checks back into the game. And also Brandon Freeman checking in for CNU.
Look at DJ Green here to initiate some offense, create some opportunities for his teammates, maybe get a couple looks of his own.
Jude knocks down the second of 2. 16-11, Knights lead. And good defense by Luke DeVore as Colin Hines was driving to the hoop. Captains will inbound the ball along the baseline.
Ashton Davis was pretty lucky there. He could have gotten called for a foul. Make sure the refs didn't call it.
Toa Hollenbeck knocks down an 18-footer along the baseline. Ashton Davis hands off to DJ, and they're going to get Davis with an illegal screen.
That's 2 illegal screens on the Knights. We got to eliminate turnovers. Every possession needs to feel like goal.
Freeman hands to Hollenbeck. Around the horn to Baskerville.
That situation right there, when the defender picks up the ball, or excuse me, when the offensive player picks up the ball, you want to see every defender stick their guy because there's nothing he can do except pass.
And they're going to get Colin Hines of CNU on the moving screen.
I credit that call to Trace Bevel. He said we want the same call down here. Looks like he got what he wanted.
I was going to say, I think Coach Bevel talked his way into getting that one.
That was a good look.
Three-pointer by Mason Hunter. It was just a little long. Mason Hunter was the USA South Rookie of the Week last week. Ball out ahead. DJ down low to Davis. Davis across the paint, puts the shot up against Colin Hines. And they're going to get Ethan Ward on the foul. So Ashton Davis, he will go to the line shooting 2. And 3 subs await to check in for the Knights. First free throw by Davis is good. McConkey and Timmy Johnson will check in for the Knights. Austin Mitchell He'll await to check in for Davis at the next opportunity.
Good bounce. I'm very pleased with the Knights defense so far in this game. They got an early lead. Just over 12 minutes to go in the first half. Let's see if they can keep up this energy defensively.
We talked about a little bit, Bryce, how CNU, they're a good team, but they don't shoot the ball at a great percentage. So if the Knights can maintain defense, good things can happen for it.
Absolutely. Just like you said, they're shooting just under 50% from the field, 27% from three. So that's why rebounding is a key. We can't give them second chances. Hollenbeck is a player.
Definitely. Again, he leads.
Ankle breaker.
Ankle breaker. He won't want us to say his name after that one, but Million Smith Walker. And Hollenbeck knocks down the three once again for CNU.
It's tough when you're a big guy. Put the ball on the floor, you're always putting yourself at risk for a smaller defender to come up and take it from you.
Actually, the last three-pointer made, that was by Freeman, assisted by Hollenbeck. And we are now at 11:14 remaining in the first half. Second media timeout of the half. We will go ahead and take it, and we'll be right back with more action. It will be CNU ball coming out of the timeout. They will inbound in the back court. Dozier with the ball on the right wing, looking down low for Ward, and that is off of Ward, out of bounds. It'll be Knight ball.
That was a great rotation by Mason Hunter. Intelligent defensive play for a freshman.
Abe Connolly also onto the floor now for the Knights. Abe's a player that can combat the athleticism of CNU while he's out there.
What a finish by Timmy. Was that right-handed?
He did put that up with the right hand. Little up and under, and with the right hand, got the roll, and he'll go to the line.
He is so slippery on offense. Lefties are always so tough to play against, especially if they can finish with the right.
Jude Ballstedt checks back into the game as we await the free throw by Timmy Johnson. A little long, and rebounded by the captains, and they'll bring the ball to the front court. Darian back on the floor for the captains. Hollenbeck short with the three-point attempt. Rebounded though by Baskerville. And Dozier with the three-point shot from straight away, and that cuts the lead to 22-21 for the Knights.
We were just talking about how CNU wasn't the best shooting team. They proved us wrong so far today, shooting over 50% from three.
DJ short on the jumper. Connolly on the ground with Derdarian via jump ball, and it will go to the Knights.
Great hustle play there by the Knights.
Love to see a player come in off the bench and go to the floor battling for every possession. DJ has the ball knocked away by Baskerville. 2-on-1 for the captains. And Isaiah Dozier with the finish.
Again, the Knights want to limit turnovers, especially turnovers that lead to fast break points. Those are too easy.
Jude ball step from the corner. Jude knocks down the three-point attempt.
Great looking shot from Jude. Critical moment. Momentum looked like it was starting to shift there towards CNU. Who needed that bucket.
CNU just taking their first lead of the game. And Jude responds with the bucket. Hollenbeck into the paint. Again, good defense by the Knights. We'll have another jump ball called. And this one will stay with the captains.
Another great defensive possession. The Knights do need to be careful about lunging out around the perimeter. There was a great defensive rotation there to stop that interior pass, but wanted to eliminate drives into the middle. CNU can get into the teeth of the defense. They can make good things happen offensively.
Dozier inbound for the captains. Smith Walker backing down Mitchell. Little jump hook with the left hand up and in, and that ties the score, 25 apiece.
It's a great post move and finish, like you said, soft touch with the left hand. Jude feeling it.
And Jude knocks it down straight away, and the foul. Bryce, you don't see four-point plays very often, but
we might have our second of the game.
Second in just under 12 minutes.
Before the game, we were talking about Jude, how impactful his offense can be when he gets going. He's 2 for 2 from three. That's a really great sign for the Knights. And another timely bucket. You make this, spread it out to 4 or 5. Oh, they let him get away with the lane violation.
29-25 after Jude completes the 4-point play.
Jude is typically known for his defensive pressure.
Derdarian scores the layup for CNU. Johnson's three-point attempt comes off, rebounded by the captains.
That three might have been a little too early in the shot clock. There wasn't a whole lot of momentum, ball movement there. Kind of one dribble pull-up. That's not exactly his game.
A little more patience might have been warranted right there. Nevertheless, CNU takes it to the basket, and they're going to get Hiram McConkey on a foul. That will be McConkey's second foul here in this first half. So we have another timeout on the floor. We'll be back in just a moment after this timeout. Welcome back inside the barn here with 7 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in this first half. The Knights of Southern Virginia lead the CNU Captains 29-27. Baskerville will inbound for CNU. Smith Walker takes a three. That is long, rebounded by Timmy.
Long threes make for long rebounds. Another great hustle play by Jude. Jude ball step.
A steal by Derderian. He has Baskerville with him. He'll take it to the hoop on his own and score the layup and tie the score.
I think that was a good idea by Timmy. I don't know if his teammate was ready for that pass.
A little bit of traffic in the paint. DJ to the bucket, a little short. Rebounded by Mitchell.
Good offensive rebounding by the Knights.
DJ with the clock winding down. And the Captains will get it on the shot, on the rebound. And they're going to get Luke DeVore on the foul. A little surprised the referees didn't call the shot clock violation there. Didn't look like that shot had hit the rim.
Yeah, he definitely got it off before the shot clock went off, but I actually thought DJ may have gotten fouled on that play. But Luke DeVore picks up his second. That was a little bit unnecessary.
Smith Walker at the line for 1-and-1. Hits the first. Both teams will be shooting here the rest of this first half. Smith Walker knocks down both free throws to put the Captains back out to a 2-point lead.
Let's see if the Knights can recover here. There's a little run by CNU. Got to take care of the ball. Got to get a bucket.
McConkey up top, guarded by Ward. He'll hand to Johnson. McConkey now in the low post up top. DJ fakes the three, pulls up and knocks down a 15-footer.
Appreciate the way he got his feet under him with that ball fake. Took his time. Great look. Great finish. All McConkey.
Number 55, McConkey, 18 foul. Line, 2-2. Number 1,
That'll be McConkey's second foul. Dozier hits the first. Mason Hunter and Austin Mitchell will both check back in for the Knights.
I'll be interested to see what Coach Devil does here. If Hiram McConkey will sit out the rest of the first half with 2 fouls. Or if they'll risk it and let him play a few more minutes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. 6 minutes remain in this first half. This is suspect a lot of that will have to do with how the rebounding goes down low for the Knights.
Absolutely. We got a small lineup right now, except for Austin Mitchell.
Timmy to the hoop, throws up a shot, rebounded by CNU. Dozier.
There's a lot of contact on that layup attempt from Timmy, but I will say the defender looked like he was straight up and down. Good no call.
Offensive rebound by Derdarian. The Knights come up with a steal, and then hustling back is Henderson to knock the ball away from Green.
Is it just me, or do both teams already look gassed?
Getting a little sloppy right now, and that usually comes with a little bit of exhaustion. CNU scores a bucket, and they're now out to their biggest lead on the afternoon, 35-31. And there's a steal again by CNU. The Knights had been doing a pretty good job in the turnover battle, but these last 3 minutes have been a little costly.
Absolutely.
Ward with the jump hook up and over Austin Mitchell. Lead is now at 6 for the Captains.
It's actually when you get tired, you need to be most careful. Did he just call that on the Knights?
We're going to get Mason Hunter on an illegal screen once again. The ball will go back to the Captains.
If we were in D1 or NBA, I would have reviewed that. Not sure I agree with that call.
Baskerville, CNU around the horn. Hollenbeck back on the floor. Baskerville short in the paint, picked up by Timmy. And Timmy goes to the hoop and scores it up and over Henderson, or Hollenbeck rather.
Another incredible finish by Timmy.
Timmy wanted a free throw on that too, Bryce.
Yeah, I think that's a couple of times that he's been able to get to the rim with contact. So far, he hasn't gotten a call, but good, strong finish nonetheless. Tough floater.
Freeman hits the floater. CNU maintains that 6-point lead, 39-33.
Good idea to slow it down on this possession. Gotta catch your breath.
Connolly's three around and out, rebounded by CNU.
Jude Ballstead has hit the deck a couple of times on the last two possessions. Things appear to be getting physical. Great defense. Not sure how that's not a foul.
Not a foul, but picked up and flushed by Abe Connolly with the dunk. And that's great to see Abe Connolly with the hustle there. Maybe that's something to get him going offensively. The Knights could really use Abe's offense here as this season goes on.
That was an awesome play by Abe Connolly.
I have to agree with you. I'm not sure how there wasn't a whistle on that where Jude got completely undercut.
I was just so astonished I didn't react to the dunk because I couldn't believe they didn't call a foul. The refs are letting them play.
At times, I think both coaches haven't been real thrilled with the illegal screen calls that have been made here today. But yeah, it's a physical game. You know, as a player, you don't mind that too much.
You don't mind it, but you want it to be consistent. You want it to be fair. Right now, the Knights have 9 fouls and the Captains have 6. It's been a very physical game on both sides. Let's see if the Knights can maintain composure, continue to take care of the ball. The worst thing you can do is get frustrated with the referees and let them in any way impact the game. You got to control your own destiny.
Absolutely, always. You got to control the things you can control. You can't control what they're going to call. You have to be mindful of the way the game's being called and kind of cater your game to that.
And that's also a strategy for CNU. As I mentioned at the beginning, they came out with pressure. If you come out with pressure throughout the game, the refs are going to be less likely to call it later on because that physicality has been there from the beginning.
Back out of the final media timeout of this first half. 2 minutes, 51 seconds remain. CNU leads at 39-35. And the Knights are going to come out with a little bit of full court pressure of their own.
These last couple of minutes are critical here in the first half. The Knights have done an excellent job keeping things close.
Ward,
Tough
short.
move inside. Want to limit those offensive rebounds again.
Henderson into Gerdarian, and he has the ball knocked away, and that goes to the Knights and the captains. And finally, Dozier had the ball, but he was laying on the baseline, so the Knights are going to get the ball back.
Good defensive possession again for the Knights. Pressure there, full court, Devontae Williams. Good job by Tillman Johnson to handle that pressure.
Timmy now, 4 seconds on the shot, puts up a three. That'll be off and rebounded by Henderson. Dozier in the corner. Unable to connect, but a strong rebound by Ward down low. And Ward gets the putback. 41-35 with a minute 20 remaining in this first half. Mason Hunter just short with his shot, rebounded by Henderson, and he rushes the ball up the floor.
I'd like to see the Knights have a little bit more ball movement.
So another illegal screen call. That's going to be against Ethan Ward. That'll be his second personal foul. So the Knights will get that back with under a minute remaining. Coach Bevel calls timeout. You said a minute ago, Bryce, the last couple of minutes are critical here for the Knights. You don't want to see the lead increase during that time. So the last minute here, they got to play a little 2 for 1 here maybe, right?
I think you're right. You said at the beginning there are a couple of things that we wanted to see. We wanted to see the Knights protect the offensive glass and limit turnovers. From my perspective, those have been the two things that have hurt the Knights the most. Giving up offensive rebounds and not taking care of the ball. So I would say in this last minute, the most important thing is to get a good position. Good possession. Make sure you block out. Nothing easy.
Austin Mitchell hands to DJ. Jude goes to the
being
hoop.
aggressive.
Ball will stay with the Knights. 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Great move by Timmy. Lost his defender and stuck that mid-range J. And another steal by the Knights. Let's see if they can capitalize or hold it for one shot.
I was just about to say, they cut the lead, they need some good defense here, and they came up with the steal, which was more than what I was expecting.
Another great drive by Timmy.
And that will bring the first half to the end. So the Knights score 4 points in the last 58 seconds of the first half to cut the lead to 41-39.
If I'm Coach Bevel, I don't think we could ask for a better finish to that half. Things started to look like they could have slipped away from the Knights, but great defensive possession, great offensive possessions. Timmy coming up clutch with a tough finish and a tough mid-range J. Great way to end the first half.
Great finish. You know, Timmy scored both of those buckets in the last 4 minutes, or last 2 possessions. And the other thing, we talked about this, touched on it at least, Hiram McConkey was able to sit the bench those last 6 minutes, so he'll come out only 2 fouls still to start that second half.
That's a great point. I'm looking to see him make a big impact in the second half. You know, the captains are a little bit undersized, but they're outmanning us in terms of strength, physicality, and athleticism. So we're going to need Hiram to have a big impact in the second half to own the paint.
But all in all, a good half played by Southern Virginia. I think Coach Bevel will be happy going in, 41-39.
I'm very pleased, and I think both teams shot the ball pretty well. So it's always fun to see the game go up and down. You don't always love to watch a defensive grind, but 39-41, good first half for both teams.
An entertaining first half comes to the end. Once again, the score 41-39. We'll go ahead and take a break during halftime. Hope everybody joins us back again for the second half.
They'll be playing a classic around the world.
Introducing Sport Performance. But not just this. They told you to choose books or the ball, the classroom or the court, but that was never you. You study like it's your playbook, you train like it's your thesis, your body's in motion, your mind's building the future. Because greatness isn't just in the stats. It's in your discipline, your character, your purpose. Master your sport, master yourself. This is Sport Performance at Southern Virginia University. Not gonna lie, something special is happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, around campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more. Because here's a little secret. The best life is the nightlife. Come be a part of it.
Welcome back here to Knight Arena, where Southern Virginia is taking on Christopher Newport this afternoon. We are at halftime. I'm Colby Camp along with Bryce Pendleton. Bryce, the Captains currently lead 41-39, and the story of that first half was rebounds.
Yeah, I know I sound like a broken record. I said at the beginning of the game, whoever wins the rebounding battle is going to win this game. Right now, Christopher Newport is out rebounding the Knights, especially on the offensive end. They have 8 offensive rebounds, which led to 11 second chance points, and that's by far the difference in the game right now. Both teams are shooting great, both around 50%. Everything is pretty much evenly matched. The difference in this game right now is offensive rebounds for Christopher Newport.
Yeah, the other half of that stat is that the Knights only have 2 second chance points. So that's a 9-point differential, and the Knights find themselves down by 2 points. So that is the big difference, and you're not a broken record once you have the stats to back it up.
One thing I've been pleased with for SVU tonight is a balanced offensive attack. That was one of the things that I was going to be looking for. Timmy's leading the way right now with 12 points. And surprisingly, Jude Ballstead, who's not typically a scorer, is second with 8. But overall, we got DJ Green with 6, Austin Mitchell with 6, and Hiram McConkey with 3. If we can have a balanced scoring attack and not rely on one guy to carry us the whole time, I think we got a chance here.
Absolutely. I was, in my mind, if, Jude and Austin and Hiram, if they can score in the second half, that should open up for DJ to get some more shots too. So far, they're kind of taking him out of the offensive end, but if they can continue that, DJ's going to get some shots too.
That's right. The other thing was we got to have ball movement. I think we get into trouble when we try to go 1-on-5. If we can swing the ball around and get some easy looks, some inside out, we're much more effective offensively. So we've got to move the ball, we've got to share the ball, look for those open seams. I'm also curious to see what the Knights do defensively. It looked like they went into a 2-3 zone at the end of the first half there, and it limited the Captain's scoring. So let's see if they keep that up or if that was just a lineup change.
Also, just to mention, as far as fouls go, Southern Virginia, Hiram McConkey with 2 fouls. He's the only player for SVU with 2 fouls. But on the captain's side, you have Henderson, Ward, and Hines, and they're all rebounders, each with 2 fouls. So if the Knights can maybe be a little aggressive.
Yeah, let's watch that closely and see if they can attack. One thing you don't want to do in that scenario is just settle for outside shots. You want to take it into the defense and make them play honest.
So it'll be Knight ball here to begin this second half. Austin Mitchell comes to grab the inbounds pass. The Knights will set up the offense with DJ at the logo.
I think we counted five illegal screens in that first half. I think Austin Mitchell just got away with it. What could have been the 6th.
CNU defends McConkey well on the other end. Hollenbeck in the corner, up top to Henderson.
Again, no call.
Hines kicks it out to Henderson. His 3-pointer is off. Rebounded
Offensive
by
rebound.
Ward. And Ward picks up 2 offensive rebounds there, and the foul is going to go against Austin Mitchell, so Hines will go to the line, or Ward rather, to shoot 2.
Just going to keep repeating it. That's the difference. Not only do you give up 2 offensive rebounds, but you give up a personal foul. You send the guy to the line for 2 easy ones. And it's not just easy. I mean, these are big, strong players that CNU has. We just got to put a body on them and root them out.
Ward knocks down the first free throw, and Coach Bevel is going to put Ashton Davis in. And his last words of advice or last coaching to Ashton where he can't get a rebound.
He cannot get a rebound. And what does he do? Comes right in and he gets a rebound. It's a good way to earn minutes. Do what the coach asks.
CNU leads by 3, 42-39. Ball step to the hoop. Short with the attempt, rebounded by CNU.
I like the aggression.
Hollenbeck long on his 3. Timmy Johnson with the rebound.
Good decision to back it out there.
DJ, little long. There's an offensive board by Mitchell. Knocked away and stolen by CNU.
Great defensive play by Timmy there. He pulled the chair out from under him. He went, Hollenbeck went looking for contact, and Timmy wouldn't give it to him.
Davis down low. Up top, Timmy pulls up and knocks down a jumper from the elbow.
That's a thing of beauty. I'm not sure what happened there defensively. There was no help down low.
Derdarian picks up a loose ball and scores a reverse layup. You know, we talked, Bryce, a little bit before the game that jumper right there by Timmy, that's really his game.
Absolutely. One dribble pull up.
And there's another one.
Another great hustle play by G. Ballstead. He's one of those players that you hate to play against as a player because he's just always up in your face, making it so miserable to have the ball. You love to have him on your team. You hate to play against him.
Definitely a gritty player is what I like to call it. And there's a three-pointer knocked down by Baskerville. He checked in at the dead ball.
I hate to compare anyone to Draymond Green, but it's that kind of personality who comes in and just tries to rattle the other team.
And you like to see the aggression here. The aggressive play early in the second half by Timmy Johnson. As he draws a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Timmy looks like he's, as he shoots his free throw here, it looks like he's taking initiative. He's putting the team on his back right now, and he's being very aggressive, as you said, trying to get into the lane. Great job drawing a foul there.
And the great thing about him, too, is he's unselfish. So he's being aggressive, but everybody's got to have their head on a swivel because he's not afraid to dish to the open guy.
Absolutely.
Timmy misses both free throws. To the hoop.
Good job securing that rebound there for the Knights.
Luke DeVore also on the floor now for the Knights.
I've noticed that defensively the Knights are switching every screen, especially on the perimeter. But the captains are staying man-to-man. They're fighting over that screen.
DJ passes on a three-point attempt. Timmy now on the left wing behind DeVore.
Heads-up play there by Timmy to call a timeout. Didn't have anything going there. He was kind of spinning himself into the floor.
So the Knights will have 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock when they come out of this timeout. Currently trail by 4 points. The Knights have done a little bit better job the last couple minutes. Bryce down there rebounding against the captains.
Absolutely. going to be big as we continue through this second half. Got to make sure that we're rooting guys out and grabbing those defensive rebounds and eliminating any second chance opportunities for the captains.
So Ethan Ward, he's picked up his third foul already in the first 4 minutes here of this second half. And he has so far 4 rebounds on the day, 5 rebounds, 3 of them on the offensive side. Quietly, Ryan Derdarian is leading CNU in rebounding. He has 6 off the bench, and 3 of his are offensive rebounds.
I'm looking at their roster. Their 2 leading rebounders, 220 and 250 pounds. We don't have anybody on our squad who can match up with them physically. So we got to get good positioning.
Davis did a good job there getting the offensive rebound. Unfortunately was unable to finish.
I think Luke got his hand on that one.
And that is Colin Hines through the paint, pushes one up around the rim, and it goes in. And he gets fouled. He'll go to the line looking for a 3-point play.
Hines has really soft touch. He's had a few great finishes, that being one of them, able to finish through contact.
And that brings us to the first media timeout of the second half. 15 minutes, 50 seconds remain in the game. CNU leads at 49-43. Welcome back inside Knight Arena. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Colin Hines at the free throw line looking to finish a 3-point play. And that would put CNU up by 7, which would be their largest lead of the game.
Yeah, the Knights need to buckle down here, and we need to minimize this run by CNU. Keep the game close.
Hines knocks down the free throw. Down low, Ashton Davis goes up and under and a little long with his attempt. Rebounded by CNU.
The Knights got lucky on that one. You got to get back defensively. Can't let two players behind you.
DJ Green, you really see.
Great finish.
What
Great
a look.
pass. Great finish.
And a good look there by Weiser, finding Hines down low, and Hines finishes.
Great backdoor cut there by Hines.
You know, before that pass by DJ Bryce, I was just about to say, you know, it's about time to see DJ, you know, kind of get on track here.
I was going to say the same thing. I want him to be a little bit more aggressive. Not necessarily looking for his own shot, but looking to create for his teammates, which will open up opportunities for him to score. I'd like to see a little more aggression. They are pressuring him pretty well out on the perimeter. If he can get past that initial line of defense, I think some things are going to open up.
Yeah, you can see that CNU really came into this, and that was part of their plan to pressure DJ. CNU gets a steal, and a drive, and another layup. That is Baskerville. And just like that, CNU leads by 9 points.
Anytime a turnover leads to a fast break bucket, that's a missed opportunity for the Knights. CNU starting to get their hand on a lot of balls as they're dribbling out in the perimeter, getting hands on passes, making things irritating for the Knights.
And Toa Hollenbeck with a floater from about 8 feet on the baseline. CNU leads at 56-45. And Coach Bevel asked for a timeout with 13 minutes, 53 seconds remaining here in this game. Be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take the break and be back in just a moment. Back here out of this timeout. Timmy Johnson will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. Get it into Jude. And Bryce, the Knights really need to find a little bit of offensive rhythm here and cut into this lead.
Absolutely, we can't allow it to extend beyond 11 points here.
Ballstet's three is off the mark.
Looks like we got a double foul there. Ballstet and Hollenbeck are getting a little physical.
I didn't really see a whole lot there.
I missed it myself. One thing that I am noticing, though, if you watch CNU on the defensive end, they are really getting up in defense. They're getting their hands all up over the Knights, whereas the Knights are kind of sagging back and not applying the same amount of pressure.
Hines over to Hollenbeck. And Hollenbeck knocks down a long three, and he's excited.
Got a few words there with the bench and with the fans. They're starting to get in a rhythm. I'd like to see the Knights apply more defensive pressure.
And Jude Ballstet answers Hollenbeck's three with a three of his own.
I think he could have had another 4-point play there. Decided not to call that one. Another offensive rebound.
Good rebound there by McConkey to pull that one down. And Hines strips Hunter. Now Timmy Johnson battles, is able to steal the ball back. And they're going to whistle a held ball. And that one will go to CNU. You know, we had that double foul called on Jude and Hollenbeck, and then they hit three-pointers in each other's faces, and it should be fun to watch this little battle the remainder of the game.
I think they would both say they took that personally. Let's see how that matchup goes. There's a little bit of extracurricular activity going on between them right now.
Baskerville to Derdarian. And Derdarian through the paint gets the layup.
That's a good post move inside.
DJ hands to McConkey. DJ's follow-away 15-footers around the rim comes off, and battling for the rebound, they're going to get Hiram McConkey, and that'll be his third foul.
Tried to get a held ball there. Thought it was close, but maybe got a little bit of his arm as well.
So it'll be a media timeout here. 11:37 remains in the game. CNU leads at 61-48. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Knight Arena. The Knights currently trail CNU by 13 with 11:37 remaining. I'm Colby Kemp along with Bryce Pendleton. And Bryce right now, just under 12 minutes remaining. It's kind of a critical time for SVU. They need to maintain and not let CNU continue to extend this lead.
Absolutely. CNU has brought the energy and the pressure in the second half as the Knights fall back in the 2-3 zone.
Good defense, DJ hustling. CNU recovers. And Baskerville misses the three-point attempt.
Good defensive possession there by the Knights. Good heads-up play by Timmy Johnson there to draw the foul.
Foul's going to go against Derdarian.
I didn't see if he twisted his ankle over, got a Charlie horse.
Yeah, it looked like, just his momentum may have carried him into the bleachers a little bit, so maybe dinged him up a little bit. But Timmy able to step to the line and knock down the first free throw. Timmy knocks them both down, and Abe Connolly will check in. Let Timmy get a little bit of a rest, check that.
It's a good sign Timmy knocked those two free throws down after missing a couple earlier. It's a good way to get your confidence back, make sure that you keep momentum from the free throw line.
Hollenbeck with the dish, knocked away by the Knights. And they're going to get Abe Connolly on the foul against Ethan Ward. Ward was able to squeeze off a little shot. It's good, and he'll go to the line looking for a three-point play.
Obviously, I'm a Knight alum. Trying to be impartial. I'm not sure I agree with that call. I think that there was a held ball, and also happened before the shot, so I'm not sure why that was called an and one.
Yeah, it looked like they kind of grabbed that ball at the same time. But they gave Ward the advantage as he wrestled it away.
So when a team is applying this much pressure on you defensively, you have to make them pay for it. You have to look for backdoor cuts. You have to set back screens. You got to, if they're going to be flying out between in the passing lanes, you got to make them pay. I'd like to see the Knights get a couple of easy ones while CNU might be cheating a little bit defensively to apply pressure on them.
I feel like the other thing with them up on you so much, you can't retreat. If they're going to be up on you, you got to go right at them.
That's right.
And get into their hands and their body. DJ's three comes off. Hiram and Abe Connolly battle for the rebound, but Freeman comes away with it.
Great hustle play by Drew Ballstead.
You could really see that time how Hollenbeck was really seeking that contact. It actually worked against him.
Another great hustle play. Oh, they call a traveling foul. At this stage in the game, you're so sweaty that when DJ hit the ground, friction took him 2 or 3 feet. Ref called a travel. Unfortunate right there. There's not a whole lot DJ could do despite his great effort.
It looks like Hines is dinged up a little bit for CNU. He walks off the floor. So for CNU, it's Baskerville, Freeman, Smith, Walker, Ward, and Hollenbeck. And the Knights have Ballstead, Green, McConkey, Mitchell, and Connolly.
Knights are back in this 2-3 zone. One of the challenges with going into a zone is you're not necessarily looking for a man when the shot goes up, and so you got to be very intentional about finding your opponent to block out, to eliminate offensive rebounds.
Knights able to force a turnover. 9 minutes, 20 seconds remain. The Knights need to get the offense going.
DJ goes in amongst the trees. There's a lot of contact there, no call. But you can tell that DJ's trying to pick up the aggression.
Weiser onto the floor for CNU. And there's a turnover forced by CNU on the inbounds pass. So CNU able to get the ball right back.
It's a tough turnover right there with 14-point deficit. The Knights need to do everything that they can to take care of the ball and capitalize on the offensive possessions that they have.
Baskerville into the paint, Long with the jumper. And there's Hines checked back into the game with the rebound, but his follow is no good. Rebounded by Southern Virginia.
The good news is the Knights have been lucky in the second half, eliminating second chance points despite giving up a few offensive rebounds. Knights extending the pressure defensively into the full court, or three-quarter court, I should say.
Good defense there by Mitchell. But then he's knocked down and the ball stolen by CNU. A long three is no good, rebounded by CNU. Ballstedt hits the deck once again.
Really great ball movement there by CNU. Ballstedt had the offensive rebound, but sneaky.
Hollenbeck's three is long, rebounded by McConkey. You and Bryce so far in the second half. Southern Virginia is 4 of 17, shooting just 23%.
Yeah, the first half, both teams were shooting around 50%. Timmy came out with a few quick buckets, but since then it's gone pretty cold. Right now things are getting pretty sloppy. You can see players putting their hands on their knees, feeling tired. McConkey draws the foul there.
So McConkey is fouled, going to the hoop. He will be at the line when we come back. 7 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in the game. Christopher Newport leads it 64-50. Back here in the barn with 7 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. Hiram McConkey is going to step to the line for 2 free throws. Hiram's first attempt is long off the back of the iron. Ethan Ward will check back in for the Captains.
So far in the second half, the Captains are outscoring the Knights 23-11. And as you mentioned, Colby, the difference has just been shooting percentage. Knights only 4 of 17 here in the second half.
Hines finds a cutting Hollenbeck to Ward.
I think Mitchell just got away with a foul right there. A lot of contact on the arm. The refs are really letting them play on both ends.
I think Coach Krikorian agrees with you, Bryce. Henderson.
I think DJ's asking if he got called for a travel for sliding. Now the same call wasn't given to the Captains on that one.
Timmy Johnson, another jumper from about 17 feet.
Timely bucket.
And there's a foul called as Hollenbeck goes to the hoop. Coach Krikorian of CNU is asking for a flagrant foul there.
I think that was a hard basketball foul, but I don't think don't think it qualifies as flagrant, at least from my perspective, from where we're sitting.
Yeah, I didn't really see any contact that looked out of the ordinary there. Just a commitment to not allowing that bucket to be scored.
It's definitely a hard basketball play, but I don't think didn't look dirty to me.
So Hollenbeck will step to the line, shooting 2. First one comes off.
A couple of plays ago, Timmy was passing across the perimeter to DJ that got picked off. As I mentioned, as the captains are applying defensive pressure, you might need to fake a pass and look for a backdoor cut as they're cheating ahead into the passing lanes. Cannot give up easy turnovers.
Hiram drives, shot blocked by Colin Hines. Good defensive play by Hines.
That was a big time block by Hines. I like the aggression from Hiram, but better defensive play.
Baskerville in the corner. Hollenbeck drives to the hoop. And they're going to get Ashton Davis with a foul as Hollenbeck went up for the 8-foot jumper.
From my perspective, I'm just going to say it, that was definitely a foul, but it does not really mesh with the style of the game and what they've allowed so far, so I was surprised to see that call.
We've seen more contact than that be not called several times, and that I agree with you. I think from our angle we could see there was a little hand to the wrist.
Definitely a foul, but not consistent with what's been going on the rest of the game.
CNU now leads by 17, 69-52 with 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Captains continue with their relentless defensive pressure.
I think that's the difference in the second half. It's just the pressure on defense. So far, Timmy's been able to knock down a few buckets, but other than that, we haven't been able to get a rhythm. We haven't been able to find any open looks.
They're not allowing anything to be easy for the Knights. No dribbles, no passes, and certainly not shots.
Absolutely. You have to admire their conditioning, too, to be able to maintain that level of pressure throughout the game this far into the second half.
Luke DeVore called for a foul. Free throw is missed, and Ethan Ward comes up with a rebound. And Toa Hollenbeck knocks down another three-pointer, and that bumps the lead to 20 points for CNU.
Hollenbeck was the captain's leading scorer coming into this game. He's having another stellar night. Miscommunication there for the Knights, leading to another turnover.
And right there, the Knights throw it away, and seeing maybe the lead antagonist here in the arena is one of the Knight cheerleaders going back and forth with Hollenbeck. You gotta love small school college sports, right, Bryce?
There's nothing better than D3 basketball.
Hines goes up and over Davis and scores the bucket.
Great footwork there by Hines. Again, just the physicality, defensive pressure. The Knights don't have an answer.
It's the suffocating defense here in the second half by CNU has allowed them to pull away and build this lead.
Great find.
And there's a dunk by Davis, a good look by Timmy Johnson.
Great find, great finish. I gotta tell you, I'm a little bit jealous as my 20-month-old child runs across the court, leading to a delay of game.
Well, maybe
Timeout.
not across the court, just in close proximity to the
To
court.
all of those watching at home, I apologize.
Well, he just got already a good sense of the game there. He knew the clock was 3:59, so that gives us the last media timeout of the game.
He was just trying to keep the flow of the game.
Doing what he can to disrupt the rhythm of the captains here tonight.
He's not rattled by the pressure.
So the captains continue with this 20-point lead here. The Knights, gave it a good run. Had a good first half there, but this second half, again, just the defense of CNU.
Absolutely. Point differential in the second half, 33-15. You're not going to win a lot of ball games. Scored 15 points in the second half.
It'll be CNU ball here. They will inbound from the front court. 26 seconds remains on the shot clock.
Good help defense by Timmy. Finds an open guy. That's the best kind of three-pointer to take, is that inside-out pass. There's something about it that just gets the player in rhythm before they even catch the ball.
That was Tyson Henderson knocking down that three-point attempt. Hines into the paint. Finds Baskerville on the right wing. His three-pointer is long, rebounded by Timmy.
I was going to say that has to be a reach.
Get Hines with the reach. That'll be the captain's 7th team foul in this second half. Will send Timmy to the line. Timmy connects on the first. That is Timmy's 21st point here this afternoon.
It's his season high.
22 now as he hits the second. That makes him the leading scorer on the floor this afternoon. Hollenbeck, who has the ball now with 20.
Good look, good steal there by Luke DeVore. This is actually a good learning opportunity for the Knights. It's a good way to get in shape before we get into conference play. They need to get used to this level of pressure.
No, the Knights picked to finish 7th in the 8-team USA South. And like you said, they'll be facing a lot of pressure similar to this. Get Ashton Davis reaching around. That'll send Ethan Ward to the line. And he'll shoot 1 and 1.
So the Knights were able to beat Warren Wilson pretty handily last week. Warren Wilson competes in the C2C conference with CNU. Warren Wilson's only 2 wins of the season came against USA South teams. So the fact that the Knights were able to beat them pretty handily, I think it's a good sign. Looking forward to conference play. I'd love to see them finish higher than 7th and make a return to the conference tournament.
the Knights will begin USA South Conference play January 3rd here at home versus Methodist. They'll follow that up with another home contest on Tuesday, January 6th against Brevard. So still a couple weeks and a few games for them to round into form in preparation for that conference season to begin.
A few offensive rebounds on that possession for the Knights. Overall, a tough shooting night for DJ Green. He's just 2 for 14 on the evening, and he looks tired. He looks like he's been feeling the pressure all game long.
Like we said, looks like he really was the focus of the captain's defense because he hasn't had an easy go at any time tonight.
He's been challenged dribbling, he's been challenged passing, he's been challenged shooting. But you know what? That's okay. You have great shooting nights. You have off shooting nights. Season opener, DJ had 27 points. I'm confident that he can bounce back and shake this one off.
Good feed down low, shot missed, and the Knights were able to get the rebound. And Ashton Davis gets a layup off. A good look there from Timmy Johnson.
Good pass there from Timmy. It looks like he's still limping a little bit from that fall that he had down here on the baseline. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Beyond the Bryce, the Knights, kind of an interesting start to their conference season where they will kick it off against Methodist, who's picked 8th in the USA South, but then their next 2 games will be against Brevard, picked 3rd, and then Pfeiffer, who is picked to be the preseason champion of USA South.
So I think it'll be helpful to get a game under their belt where they should win, build some confidence. I think that Brevard game will be a great measuring stick to see how well they can do.
And that Brevard game will be here, so a chance maybe to steal an early win, and I think they'd love to get through that 3-game stretch at 2-1.
Absolutely.
Couple other players check into the game here for the Knights. Number 25 is Matthew Hill. Luke DeVore onto the floor, and also number 24, Landon Catlett, into the game. Now, Mahad Yusuf will check in for DJ. Also, Luke Lacey onto the floor for the Knights. Luke DeVore shooting 1 and 1. A little long, rebounded by the captains.
Yeah, this game is a tale of 2 halves. The first half, CNU had 41 points. Right now in the second half, they have 40. The difference, though, is the Knights had 39 in the first half, and just 19 in the second. You have to admire the CNU's pressure, defensiveness, athleticism.
And the Knights shooting just 7 of 27 here in this second half. Long 3 attempted there by Cam Quarles. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Knight ball. 21.8 seconds remain. Isaac Cansey also on the floor. Matthew Hill with a floater from the free throw line, around and off. Rebounded by CNU. and they will dribble out the clock and put the finishing touches on the victory as CNU comes into the barn, and they'll go take an 81-58 victory back to Newport News with them.
Tough loss for the Knights, but like I said, it is a good learning opportunity. One thing that I remember throughout my years playing basketball is every level that you go up, whether it's freshman team, JV, varsity, college, the game gets faster every single time. And I remember my first game in college feeling like I was in a tornado or a hurricane, just moving so fast. But the only way to get past that is to play in more games at that level. So it's good for the Knights to have this level of competition, see where they need to improve, and see how they can respond to pressure going forward.
And he mentioned a tornado, and it looked like that in the second half. Just the pressure that CNU was applying, and just really, pressure on defense, but then really being aggressive and taking it to the hoop on offense as well.
Absolutely. And I'd love to see the Knights apply more defensive pressure themselves. They were sagging off a little bit, allowing them room. Both teams didn't shoot great in the second half, but there was a night and day difference between this side of the court versus that. And I'd love to see the Knights apply a little more pressure defensively and respond better to the defensive pressure that their opponents are giving them.
So the Knights drop this one versus Christopher Newport. They will be back in action on Wednesday, December 10th, where they'll travel to Lynchburg and take on Randolph there in another non-conference outing as they prepare for the USA South Conference season. Bryce, it was great having you today. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been several years since I've been able to play the game, and first time being on the mic, so I appreciate your patience with me as I learned the ropes here, but it was a pleasure calling this game with you.
No, you did a great job. It was great to have you. Appreciate the insight. So maybe we'll have to do this a little bit later on here, maybe for one of the conference games.
Love to.
All right. Well, once again, I'm Colby Kemp with Bryce Pendleton. We want to thank everybody for joining in here. Hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. And as always, go Knights.